Okay, solving systems using substitution. The first step I like to do is look for, or sometimes you have to get, a variable by itself. The second thing is to substitute for that variable in the other equation. Third, we're going to solve for the variable. Fourth, we're going to substitute back into the equation that had the variable by itself and solve. And then write our answer as an ordered pair. So if we go through those steps, now look at example 1. The first step is to look for the variable that's by itself. Well, in this case, the first equation has this y by itself. The second thing is to substitute for that variable in the other equation. So what that means is I'm going to take what y equals, which is 3x, and substitute in the other equation. So I got x plus, now instead of writing y, I'm going to put 3x equals negative 32. Then I just solve this like a normal equation, so I can combine these because they're on the same side. So x plus 3x gives me 4x, and then I divide both sides by 4. So I get x equals negative 8. So that's the first step as far as looking for the variable. Second step, substituting. Third, solving for a variable. Now the fourth step says substitute back into the equation that had the variable by itself. So the equation that had the variable by itself was y equals 3x. But now I know x is negative 8. So y equals 3 times negative 8, which is negative 24. Then we want to write our answer as an ordered pair, so the x always comes first, so it'd be negative 8, negative 24. Okay, the second problem up here. We look for a variable that's completely by itself, which again is the y. So that means in the second equation, the y is what I'm going to substitute for. Now I'm going to substitute what it equals, which is x plus 3. So that gives me 2x plus 2. Again, I'm not going to write the y there. I'm going to substitute in x plus 3 equals 38. So I'm going to solve that using my 4 steps. So distribute first. So I got 2x plus 2x plus 6 equals 38. 2x and 2x are on the same side, so I can add them. So I get 4x plus 6 equals 38. Minus 6 from both sides. Divide by 4. You get x equals 8. Then again, we go back to the equation that we used for the substitution, the y equals x plus 3. And now I know x is 8, so y equals 8 plus 3, so y equals 11. Again, write your answer as an ordered pair, so it'd be 8 comma 11. Okay, example 3, x minus y equals 1 and y equals 2x plus 7. Now, the y is by itself. It doesn't matter if the equation is on top or bottom. You look for the variable that's by itself. So the y is by itself, so that's what I want to replace in the other equation. So I'm going to replace the y with 2x plus 7. So I've got x minus 2x plus 7 equals 1. Remember, if I have a minus sign, we want to treat that like a negative 1 and distribute. So this is x minus 2x minus 7 equals 1. Same side, so x minus 2x is negative x minus 7 equals 1. Add 7 to both sides. So negative x equals 8. And then again, this is like a negative 1, so I have to divide both sides by a negative 1 and get x equals negative 8. And again, I go back to the equation I used for substitution. So y equals 2x plus 7. X is negative 8, so y equals 2 times negative 8 plus 7. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16 plus 7. Negative 16 plus 7 is negative 9. So my answer is negative 8, negative 9. Okay, example 4 says x equals 2y minus 2 and negative 4x plus 5y equals 23. So this time the x is what's by itself. So that means I'm going to substitute for the x. And what am I going to substitute? Well, x equals 2y minus 2. So I now have negative 4. I'm going to put in 2y minus 2 plus 5y equals 23. Negative 4 times 2y is negative 8y. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Plus 5y equals 23. Combined because they're on the same side, so that's negative 3y plus 8 equals 23. So it's a two-step equation. Subtract 8 and divide by negative 3. So I get y equals negative 5. Again, after I find one variable, use the equation you substituted with. So x equals 2y minus 2. And now I know x is negative 5. Or sorry, I know y is negative 5, so I plug that in. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Minus 2 is negative 12. Again, when you write your ordered pair, the x always comes first. So it would be negative 12, negative 5.